Very good evening to one and all, and welcome to Buddhist Mahavira's Dhammadana series here at the Buddhist Mahavira Facebook page. This evening we have a speaker from Sri Lanka, a very learned monk, so actually a professor at the university. But before we start with this evening's sermon, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Brother Eric, who actually gave me an opportunity to take 2 weeks of a break from this Dhammadana series. Thank you, Brother Eric, for replacing and looking after the program to ensure that we run continuously every week. So as I mentioned earlier, today's talk is actually the 8th in a series on the 10 paramitas, and we've already completed 7 of those paramitas, and today's Dhamma sermon is on the 8th paramita, which is on Aditthana paramita, which is the cultivation of determination. Now I would like to bring on Bhante, our guest this evening, Bhante, Professor Dr. M. Dhammajothi from Sri Lanka. Welcome, Bhante. Welcome to the Buddhist Mahavira's Dhammadana series. And this live broadcast this evening from Facebook. And we look forward to hearing about the Aditthana Paramita and how to cultivate it from your perspective. Let me read Bhante's profile. Bhante is a very experienced and intellectual Buddhist monk. Bhante Dr. M. Dhammajothi was born in Sri Lanka in 1969. He has obtained a BA, a Bachelor of Arts, Honours, First Class degree from the University of Sri Jayawardhanapura in 1997. Then Bhante got MPhil, which is a postgraduate institute from the Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies from the University of Kelaniya in 2001. Then Bhante obtained his Masters of Arts, an MA, in the English medium from the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, also from the University of Kelaniya in 2005. But prior to that, Bhante had his PhD from the Department of Philosophy from the University of Nanjing in China, in the Republic of China, in 2004. Bhante Professor Dr. Dhammajothi is currently the Senior Professor and Director of the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies at the University of Kelaniya in Sri Lanka. Professor Dr. Dhammajothi has written over 13 academic books and published numerous academic journals. He has also attended numerous national and international conferences and symposia, including giving keynote addresses at 2 conferences. One at the Yunnan University in Kunming in China in 2019, last year, and at the 10th World Assembly of a World Conference for Religions for Peace in Colombo in 2018. So without much ado, I would now like to invite Bhante Professor Dr. Dhammajothi to start this evening's Dhamma sermon and Dhamma sharing. Bhante, would you kindly?
Yeah, thank you. Samanta Chakravalesu Atra Gachantu Devata Saddhammang Munirajas Sunantu Sagha Mokradang Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Dhammasavana Kalu Ayang Bhadanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Nadenampi sotani ayang vato visesaye Kinci me pahitatassa lohitang na upassayeti Good evening, everybody who participate to listen my Dhamma sermon broadcast or telecast by Buddhist Vihara in Buddhist Mahavihara in Malaysia. So first of all, I want to thank two persons especially, the Venerable Pusallave, who invited me to deliver a sermon with you, and also Mr. Leslie, who support all these activities. Actually, Venerable Pusallave monk, Venerable invited me to do this in Chinese medium. But for a long time, I did not preach Dhamma in Chinese medium. So to get ready for this sermon, and unfortunately, I did not have enough time because of my busy schedule of my life as a director of the Postgraduate Institute of Pali and Buddhist Studies, online lecturing and ruling other matters. Even today, I just 1 or 2 hours ago came back from the university. So because of these activities and busy things, I could not ready to do this sermon in Chinese medium. So maybe next time I will do that. So sorry for that. I could not fulfill that Venerable's invitation as he wished. You know that it is not like talking in Chinese language in other normal life. We have to get ready earlier. There are technical words we have to collect. So time was not enough for me to do that. And today, according to your Dhamma sermon series, topic is Aditthana Parami, Aditthana Paramita or Aditthana Parami. As we know that this is the seventh Parami of 10 Paramitas of Buddhism. So this Paramita also is a little new topic. Not often we talk like Dana, Sila, Paramita. So we have to get ready for that. So I don't know whether I had enough time to get ready and preach you as you wish. Anyway, I will try my best to explain what is the Aditthana Paramita and how can it that knowledge use for our day-to-day life. So first I want to explain or introduce what is that Aditthana Paramita. You know, I tried to study and some suttas of the Tripitaka regarding this topic. Then I came to know that that term has two sections in Tripitaka. One is that within the suttas, how this term Aditthana has been used, which sense, which kind of meaning it convey to that context. Then the other one is later books of the Tripitaka called Buddha Vansa, Charyapitaka, Apadana as a paramita. How this concept or that word has been used connecting to the Bodhisattva. So these are the two main streams we have to understand. Then finally, after explaining these two areas, finally, I want to explain that how can we use this knowledge and experience to this Dhammadesana to our day-to-day life. These are the three main areas I am going to preach you today. So I hope after listening this, you will get something to your life, and also that knowledge and the experience you can use your day-to-day life progress. So that is the expected goals after this preaching. So English term for this Aditthana Paramita is resolute will. That is the term. Resolute will, determination. There are some English words for this like that. So best termination, best term for that is resolute will or a determination. Determination is a very common one. We know it. Resolute will is the another term for that Aditthana. And also commitment. We can say commitment to do something. We should have commitment. That one also possible term for to use in this sense. So in Tripitaka Suttas, we can see this term used in the same meaning. Actually, it is a firm mental determination to do something good. It's a kind of self-control or renunciation. Self-control or renunciation, according to the term used in the context of the suttas. So that mental determination to do something good or self-sacrifice or renunciation, these are the explanations given in the books in regarding the suttas. Or another way we can say having a strong decision to do something good. Not bad things. Don't misunderstand. Buddhist Aditthana is to do bad thing. Actually, that is the resolute will or commitment to do good thing, a virtuous thing. Virtuous thing or good thing. So having a strong decision to do something, or making a strong decision for good action. Good action, good speech, and good thought. So this kind of explanation will help us to understand this term. So in the Tripitaka, it has been used in many other meanings like basis, foundations, etc. This is actually Dhamma sermon, so I think we don't want to go that deep kind of explanation, which would not support for our day-to-day life. It is I leave it for the academicians to do that. So resolute will within the Tripitaka, we can see that Padhana Sutta of the Sutta Nipata. Sutta Nipata is one of the oldest books among our books of Tripitaka. So Sutta Nipata, we can see that Padhana Sutta has used this term similar sense. Actually, term itself, Padhana means resolute will, striving to do something, determination to do something, Padhana. The Sutta explains Buddha's how Buddha as a ascetic, as a Siddha ascetic in the jungle, he determined to do some very difficult tasks and became Buddhahood. That Sutta explained very nicely. It is a kind of dialogue between the Mara and the Buddha. While Buddha was ready to meditate in the jungle near the Neranjara river, then the very fast Mara came and tried to discourage the Buddha. That Sutta has very nicely explained how Mara wanted to discourage the Buddha. First is he told the ascetic Siddhartha that you are very young person. So you have a kingdom also. Mm. So such a young man, why you are working hard or striving to engage in padhana or a brahmacharya or a meditation. Mm. Then please stop your meditation. Such a difficult striving is useless. Go back to your house and have a uh, very sensual, precious life with your family, and you can do a lot of enjoyment if you go back. Then the Buddha reject Siddhartha, ascetic Siddhartha reject that. Then the Mara try to again use another way that he said to Siddhartha ascetic, uh, if you don't want to engage in a lot of sensual pleasures, you can have a good person and doing so much of meritorious deeds to the society. That is also a very good life. So please stop meditation. That is useless. Go back to your society and work for the society. Then, then many ways this Mara was trying to stop and destroy the Siddhartha's determination to engage in meditation and attain Buddhahood. Then the in such dialogue, Buddha rejected in many ways. One of that rejection I preach now in the Gatha, first Gatha that I put here as my topic or first Gatha. Nadinampi sotani ayang vato visose kinchime pahitattassa lohitam na upasse. Nadi means that Neranjara river. Even the this wind would dry up even the current of rivers. You know, the waves of rivers, water of rivers can wind dry up. Then why then will it no dry up my bloods? I am engaged in striving with resolute will. So that Gatha says that even such a big thing happened to my life, may my blood dry up, may my flesh dry up, may I flame and everything dry up, but my engagement in this striving to attain Buddhahood is useful. I have no idea to give it up. So he replied to the Mara. So the next Gatha also, Lohite Susumansampi. Lohite means blood. Susumansampi means flesh. Pittang is, biles. Semmang also, flame. All these things are dried up by this wind, but I am sure that my mind can concentrate on the Buddhahood. I can have my mindfulness, wisdom, and concentration. So Sila Samadhi Prajna is important for me. Nothing important for me to my physical things like blood or other things. So this dialogue is very, very important when we talk about the Aditthana Parami or Aditthana, how Buddha had the great will to attain or reach Buddhahood. Even the Mara, while he was discouraging, Mara tried to discourage him, but the Siddhartha ascetic never gave up his will. You know that during that time, some devas saw that ascetic Siddhartha was fallen on or lie on the ground. Look like he is passed away. He was passed away. Then some devas went to King Suddhodana and reported, your son was died, passed away in the jungle. Then the Suddhodana king asked whether my son before he died, attain Buddhahood or not? Then the Devas said no, he could not reach that level. Then King Suddhodana did not believe Devas' words. So you see that even that his father was very had a very great faith that Siddhartha surely will become a Buddha. There is no chance to die him before that. So he knows the son's Siddhartha's will, resolute will and determination. He gave up all his sensual pleasures and went to the jungle to accumulate that skill. So he father was very sure that he will do that. So even in the Lion Roaring Sutta, Mahasihanada Sutta very nicely explained this situation. He tortured his body as much as a human being can do. He explained in the Mahasihanada Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya, Mulapannasaka, very clearly to the Venerable Sariputta. He explained, when I was meditating in the jungle, I stopped one day eating, I stopped, got up and finding food, whatever come to my near, I eat from the trees. Finally, he stopped all the food and tried to uh, torture enough the body and try to practice austerities, which was the main way to which was accepted during the Buddha's time to attain Buddhahood or a highest spiritual level. So Buddha followed that austerities. While he was in the palace, as a prince, he he followed actual the way of sensual pleasures, kama sukallikana yoga. He had a plenty of pleasures while he was in palace. Then he gave them up and went to the jungle, and he tried to practice the austerities the maximum level. Sometimes he was so weak that he fell on the floor, without energy, without energy. So that explanation given in the Mahasihanada Sutta is very nice. Very nice. He says sometimes my eyes went too deep in my body. It's like water in the deep well. Water in the deep well, like my eyes went deep of my body. And very nice explanation given that how he was hard working and resolute will he had, and he had undergone such a very difficult physical torturing to attain this Buddhahood or understand the truth. But everybody knows that finally he gave these two ways of attaining Buddhahood, and he chose the middle path. And he understood the Four Noble Truths, that is his Buddhahood. So, so this Padhana Sutta and also this Mahasihanada Sutta of the Majjhima Nikaya and Padhana Sutta of the Sutta Nipata, these two suttas are very important, that which shows us that Siddhartha ascetic had a very great determination, to attain Buddhahood. So that kind of resolute will or a determination is to attain the spiritual development. It's a very high level determination. Very difficult to do by people like us, I think. It should have a very sansaric experience. Otherwise, very difficult to give up all sensual pleasures and practice austerities or tapas while in the jungle. Very difficult task. So mm, then we know that Venerable Ananda, Venerable Ananda, the treasurer of the Dhamma, he also, you know that he had got very good knowledge in Dhamma Vinaya. He listened to the Buddha every time, and he collected all the Dhamma Vinaya in his mind, but he could not attain arahanthood even after, before the Buddha's demise. So before the first council, Arahat Mahakashyapa and other arahants, he wanted to select only the arahants for this council. So without Venerable Ananda, it is useless to do this council. So they requested, Venerable, you have to become arahant with these last anger, hatred, all these unwholesome roots. If you have, you are not arahant. You have to get rid of these unwholesome roots. Lust, anger, and illusion. Then such a person's mind is very accurate. Such a person's mind is very accurate. That level is very high. Not like Putakjana, like us. Their decisions are very pure. No harm to anybody. Not favored to and biased, and also not biased, not partial. So he requested. It's a big challenge for Venerable Arhat. As soon as Buddha's passed away, his mind was very scattering because of that loving. He loved Buddha so much. We know how he treated Buddha as his own disciple. Every time look after Buddha until the last moment of his life. He started to crying. He started to cry after listening that Buddha is going to pass away. So as soon as Buddha's demise, when other monks wanted to do the council, first one, then requested him to be an arahant and come to the council. So the previous day of the council day, he started to meditate. Then the arahant, Venerable Ananda started to meditate. So he faced that challenge. He determined before the council day, I should be an arahant. So he has big knowledge, good experience working with the Buddha in his life. So he tried to attain arahanthood. Then day and night, he spent for meditation with the great will, with the great determination. Then the last night, the day before the council, he gave up it actually. He thought he cannot. Then he wanted to sleep. Then while before lie on the bed, he became an arahant. All the unwholesome roots washed away by his mind. So that is why we say him that Venerable Ananda was Venerable Ananda became an arahant out of four stances. We know four stances are walking, sitting, sleeping, and standing. So that is very unique way he became an arahant because of his great will. Great will. Otherwise, very difficult to become an arahant. Today we have many arahants around us in Sri Lanka. I don't know why so many arahants are now. My personal view is it is not an easy task. Removing all our desires is not a simple thing. We should work hard. We should have a great determination. We have to practice. We should know the theories. It takes times. I am not saying that it is impossible task, but we should have a, difficulty. We have to work hard. Actually, it's not an easy thing. Everybody has so much of desires in our mind. We have many desires. Sometimes those desires are high because of our engagement in or practice in meditation or other virtuous things. So we cannot recognize that situation, especially the love for oneself, I, my, and I, feeling like I, my, and mine. That is not the easy thing to remove from the human mind. Everybody has the feeling of I, my, and mine. So to destroy that attachment to oneself, or a defilement, or a cravings, or a desires is not easy task. So anyway, Venerable Ananda, before attained the first council, he became an Arahant because of his hard working and the great will and the determination, or a resolute will. So that is what I want to say you, how our great teachers like Venerable Ananda were, made his mind to attain the target. It is called Aditthana. It is called Aditthana, or a resolute will, mental determination, like that. So actually, when we think that when the our Bodhisattva also, he practiced that dana paramita also. He gave up his life for the benefit of sometimes for animals. When animal want to, when animal he see the jungle, when animal was angry, when animal was angry, he jumped into the his place and die for, as that animal can eat. We know the tigress, mother tigress within the with kids, small animals. She cannot go out of that place. Then he jumped into the he offered his body for that animal food, tiger's food. So that kind of offering is not an easy task. For that, the person should have a great determination, great will, great strong mind actually, strong mind. So in your, in our some Sri Lankan book wrote in Kandyan period, there is a one saying, Buduba Patano Lataravet. Buduba Patano Lataravet. It means that those who wish to become Buddhahood, those who wish to be a Buddha, should have a strong heart. Should have a strong heart. Why? He should have a strong determination. Otherwise, cannot give his body to somebody, and even a small thing. Actually, no need to be. We don't want to go and think about our life and body parts and all these things. And sons and daughters, our last life of our Bodhisattva, he gave his sons and daughters to the Jujaka, Brahmin Jujaka. That is not easy task. Giving one's own children to others is not easy thing. Then even a small thing when we want to give, we should have a very great determination. When the money, a small thing, it's not easy task. When you practice, maybe this is my money, I want this. Giving others is not easy task. Should have a great will, great determination. You have to make your mind very strong. Giving up is not the easy thing. I know sometimes we also face some life in our life also. So, so these monks like this, Venerable Ananda and Venerable Buddha also, and also his Bodhisattva lifetime, practicing those difficult things with the great determination. So actually these paramitas are interconnected. We cannot isolate one paramita and practice. No, that with the determination one can do the dana paramita. With the determination one can do the sila paramita. Without determination, it is difficult to engage in such a great virtuous things because those are interconnected. All these 10 paramitas. And also there is another one monk called Dhammarama. Venerable Dhammarama was meditating while Buddha was passing away. Sat nearby a place, but Buddha was in his last bed, last moment. So other monks are running here and there. Some are weeping, some are mourning, some are crying. So all the Putakjana monks, those who have not yet become arahant, all these are mourning, weeping, and crying, and having a lot of dukkha, lot of sorrow. But this monk, Venerable Dhammaram, was sitting beside the Buddha's room and meditating to become an arahant before Buddha's demise. Others blame him. Then Buddha appreciated him. No, he is doing correct thing. He has a great will to become an arahant before my demise. He is correct. Don't disturb him. So there are so many examples how to work with great will, how to build up our life. For this kind of examples, teach us. These great teachers teach us through their experience how to work with the great will to achieve your target. That is actually super level determination, or a high level determination in the Tripitaka, explained in the Tripitaka. Then next we have to consider that is very not easy for us actually. We know that in our life we have to do a lot of things. We have a lot of attachment, we like to have a lot of sensual pleasures, not easy to control. We are willing to have more and more material things. So that is why we divide layperson and the monks. Monks are little above, above. Monks' level is little above than lay people's, right? Regarding the sensual enjoyment or lifestyle. So that level is for those who have renounced the household life. Actually, such a big and great level is for Aditthana, is for those who have renounced the household life. It doesn't mean that lay people cannot do that. They also can do, but their environment should manage. Otherwise, household life would become very messy or suffering. As example, you have sons and daughters, you have wife, relatives, you have friends, you have so much of attachment with the society. Singalovada Sutta explained, no, as a father, as a friend, as a son and daughter, many ways we have to have relationship with the society. Then you have to fulfill your duties. Otherwise, you are not good layperson. Do that good feel to duties. You should have money and time. You have to dedicate your money and your time to fulfill the duties of the society. That is the lay life. Otherwise, you have to renounce all this life, become a monk, and then you are free to have a good determination, like these venerables or arahants did in their lifetime. So, as a layperson, we cannot do such big thing. until we are free from those things. After freeing from these things, you can do that even in your house, no matter. Even in your house, you can do that. But neglecting your duties as a father, you have to look after your sons and daughters. As a husband, you have to do your uh, duties to your wife, wife to husband. Neglecting all these duties, you cannot say I am meditating in my room. I cannot do job. I cannot earn money for you. That is not the Buddhist way. That is not the Buddhist way. So we have to understand this difference Aditthana in different level, different Aditthana in different levels, lay persons and also uh, uh, those who have the household life for the monk. So another story I will tell you related to the one of the venerable monk. Buddha's time also, he was meditating in the Savatnuvara near the Savatnuvara river. He understood, after listening to Buddha's preaching, he understood that I want to become an arahant. I have to give up this sensual pleasures. I want to stop this samsaric existence. So he decide and become an arahant. He conduct a very simple life, wearing a very simple robe and using simple bowl for eating. Very simple, like ascetic. He conducted such a very hard life. Then one was season. He decided to engage in very very difficult and very hard Ruta actually. Ruta, hard practice, very hard practicing. That practicing is what this during this was period. I am not going to talk even a single word with others. Single word with others. Then he started to practice. First year he was succeeded. He did not preach. He did not utter any word during that first year. During the Vasana season, only he engaged in meditation. Second year, one lady was thinking while this monk was bowling or went for Pindapata, house to house, whether this monk is deaf, he cannot speak or not. She wanted to check it. Then she poured a lot of milk to his bowl, patra. Then the venerable understood that the milk is too much. Then it is about to overflowing. Then venerable signal using the hand enough, but she did not stop. Then she continued further pouring milk. Then venerable had to speak and said, "Sister, now enough." So then she understood this venerable can speak, but he had to violate his determination. I'm not going to talk even a single word with anybody with others during this time. That is his great will, but he violated that. But third year he also succeeded. Then finally he became an arahant. Then he explained what his experience, saying that 3 years I practiced this great virtue or good practicing, but only one time I miss the chance. So I had to speak only 2 words enough, sister. But finally I succeeded. So this story is very important, because how we have to have determination to fulfill our goal or achievement. Then regarding the normal life, I told you these paramita, like your resolute will paramita, Aditthana paramita is for those who want to become an arahant, those who want to stop this sansaric existence, a great super level or high level. But for social level, we have to take it in lower level or lower speed actually. Lower speed. If we try to do that way, it's not easy. So lower level, we have to take it day-to-day life actually, day-to-day life. We know that day-to-day life, when we want to pass examinations, when we have to succeed in our business, anything day-to-day life, we should have to have great will. Great will. Without great will, we can't do that. So we have to make our mind. We make our mind. If you want to pass the examination, it's a very difficult one. In the competition is very high. So you have to decide and determination to change your life pattern, engage more and more subject matters and study matters. So that is without that great will. If you think now it is raining, cannot go to school. Now it is today is very hot, cannot go to school. So many things we are taking as an excuse not to do that. That is our lifestyle. Lifestyle. So in that way, we cannot succeed our life. Even the business things, same. Business persons should work hard to protect their wealth, to improve their position, investments, and so many lazy person cannot do like that. So your determination is very important. Until you succeed it, no need to all the life you do that. Examination maybe this year. Until you pass the examination, you should have that great will. After writing the examination, you are free to again relax and do your normal life. That is the way for lay person. We don't want to we don't suggest you to all the time be suffered of thinking this and that. You are a lay person. You are free to have your sensual life. But addiction is the most bad thing. Don't be addicted to anything. That is very important thing. Even the sleeping, you should sleep. Watching TVs, movies, but you should know your limit actually. So limitation or the limit of the things is when we consider our Singalo, Vada and Parabha, all these suttas teach us. Layperson should have their own life. Buddhism does not suggest them to stop that their lay life, but with the knowing of the limitation. With the knowing of the limitation. You know that Mahadana Situputra, very famous story. Very famous story. Buddha said that Acharitva Brahmacharya, your Acharitva Brahmacharya, Aladda Yobbanedara. Your childhood, you have to dedicate to learn something in something, or skill wise or knowledge wise. Silpa Sastrano in Sinhala. So you have to do that in your childhood. Brahmacharya means like Brahmacharya is that. Brahmacharya is education. Education has two sides. One is your knowledge development based education, maybe past examination, other using your body actually. Silpa, technology created education. So your childhood you have to learn. Don't waste that. Then the Yobbane Dana, Aladda Yobbane Dana. During the younghood, youth, as a youth, you should collect some wealth. You should collect some money. You have to build a house. You have to buy a vehicle. You have to earn money. So younger period, you should have as a layman like that. If you miss these two chances, what happened? What happened like multimillionaire Mahadana finally fell into the road using addicting all these bad things, the bad avenues, following the bad avenues of loss of wealth, Finally, he lost his wealth, health, and prosperity with his innocent wife, become a beggar. So pointing out the Mahadana, multimillionaire, Buddha's time, Buddha said, take him as example, don't waste your valuable life. Your childhood, you should learn and work and hard to accumulate your knowledge and skills. Youth time, you have to earn something. Otherwise, later, when you physically weak and when you are mentally weak, you are too late to recover that missed pass, like these Mahadana multimillionaire. So to do these things, you should have determination or a resolute will. This is not to become an arahant, and this is not to become an Buddhahood, but your day-to-day life. You have to choose good friends, bad friends. You have to choose what I eat, what I don't eat, what I want, what I don't want. Otherwise, life getting very terrible because outside world always influence us to buy this, eat this, go this way, enjoy this, like this. All things are wasting our money, energy, and everything. So without that kind of control of our life, otherwise big trouble. So my suggestion is determination is very important. Determination is very important, not as to practice, not practice as a paramita, but practice as your skill or a wholesome virtues in your life, because it is important to uh, reach your success in your life, goal in your life. So I think this is the message I wanted to tell you. So at the beginning, I explained that how the great teachers like Buddha, Venerable Ananda, Dhammaram, and that the venerable stories, how they work to attain arahantship and Buddhahood. It's a very high super level determination. Then I pointed out that uh, determination for the lay people, they should practice it according to their requirements. So all these two levels, this paramita or a determination or resolute will is necessary. That is help us to succeed in our life. So may the triple gem bless you all. If you have question, please you are allowed to ask it. I think 5 minutes more. Yes, 5 minutes. Very soon, please.
Thank you, Dr. Dhammajothi, for this excellent sharing. I think the audience was quite impressed with the stories that you had. So many stories about the life of the Buddha and the Bodhisattva and how we can achieve Aditthana. And there are some questions. There are, I think, about 2 or 3 questions. Let me post those questions on the screen for you.
Very material world. As Buddhists, we are determined to practice the Dhamma in our daily life, but sometimes due to certain situation, our be strong enough. Please teach us how to be strong in our determination in cultivation. Thank you, Bhante. Yeah, that is very important question. Okay, then how to practice determination and day-to-day life, right? Actually, it is in your hand. You should decide your life where after 1 year, 2 year, 10 year, my life should go. If I do this, my life stop and end like this. Knowledge, now you know knowledge actually. You have knowledge. So self-control is the important thing. The system of self-control is you have to do yourself. That is clear. From childhood, you have to practice it. You have to practice it. As example, that if you want to watch movies too much, you should know how to control it. I cannot say do this and that. If you eat too much, getting fatter and fatter, you should know how to stop it, control it. I cannot advise you how to reduce your greedy. It is difficult for me. But practicing some kind of meditation attached to the Buddhism and going to the temple, then that environment help us actually. Listen to the Dhamma talk and meditations. One day, maybe Days and Sundays. You have to start it little by little, little by little. So yeah, you have to practice actually how to do that. If you sleep too much, you have to reduce it little by little. It is in your hand. How to do is you have to make up your mind. You have to make up your mind. So you have to find your own ways actually. Don't look at the bed actually. If you want to sleep too much per day, don't look at the bed. Sometimes you can remove the mattress. So many ways we can practice. You know that one of my friend, while I was studying in China, Nanjing University, Japanese boy, I saw he was brushing his teeth in the bathroom around 1 o'clock, and also he washing his clothes 1 o'clock. Normally, I and he eat together in the lunch, take lunch together in the down floor. Then I asked, "What are you doing? Why are you not resting?" No, if I go to bed now, I want to sleep. So this time I used to wash my clothes 1, 2, 3. Time like that. That you know that after eating, sleep coming. Then he got used to that to avoid the sleep time. So that is a very small thing actually, but very useful advice he gave me. So this kind of things we have to practice actually. This kind of things we have to practice, and attached to the good environment, good friends, listen to the elders. All these things will help you. Finally, your mind is the one who help you to avoid your bad habits or defend your determination. Thank you. Why in Mahayana Buddhism there is no emphasis on determination in the paramitas? It is important. There is only 6 paramitas in Mahayana Buddhism. No, you are not correct. You are not correct. My understanding is, you see the Lankavatara Sutra. No, actually the first suttas has only 6 paramitas in Mahayana, but later they develop it. You know, I translated the Mahayana one book called Dasabhumika Sutra, Sanskrit one into Sinhala language. I have published it. So they attach 10 paramitas to 10 dasabhumis. 10 paramitas to 10 dasabhumis. At the beginning, 6, both Theravada and Mahayana, I know it. Later it was developed up to 10. Actually, first one was the Mahayanis monks who developed this paramitas up to 10. Then the Theravadins we also developed. Then they have such paramitas. 10 paramitas they have actually. Upaya Kaushalya Balanyana. No? Yes, they have. Aditthana is not sure. I have to check it. But they have 10 paramitas. Actually, you know that they follow the Bodhisattva path according to this Dasabhumika Sutra. At the very beginning, they have Bodhisattva vows. Bodhisattva vows means determination. When he have that Bodhichitta, Bodhi mind, he has a great determination to become Buddhahood. That is that mental situation they have at the beginning actually. Determination is at the beginning, and you know that some Bodhicharya Avatar, very famous book. It has great determination also, but as a one separate paramita, suddenly I can't remember. I think you are correct. It is not in the Mahayana system, but they have 10 paramitas, and it is very clear. So my understanding is at the very beginning, when the Bodhicitta is aroused, that person has that kind of mental feeling or determination. Okay, thank you.
But just to refresh your memory, I'm online. It says Dana Paramita, Sila Paramita, Kanti, which is patience, Virya,
Yeah.
and Danya Paramita, perfection of meditation, Pranya Paramita, which is perfection of wisdom, Upaya Paramita, which is perfection of skillful means, Pradindana Paramita, perfection of vow, Bala
Pranidhana, yes.
Paramita, yeah, Bala
Pranidhana,
Paramita,
yes.
perfection of spiritual
Bala,
power, and
Bala
yeah,
Paramita, Bala.
Jnana Paramita, Bala, ne? Yeah, yeah,
Kaushalya, Bala, Jnana, yes.
yeah.
They added 4 later
Later,
from the
I
6.
see. Okay.
Upaya Kaushalya, Pranidhana, Bala, Jnana. Upaya Kaushalya, Pranidhana. That Pranidhana is look like similar to Pranidhana is vows actually. Vows means determination, no? Vows means determination. Hmm. Upaya Kaushalya, Bala, Pranidhana, Bala, Jnana. Yeah, suddenly I can't give you correct answer, but it's look like Pranidhana means similar to the Aditthana. She should have a Pranidhana is a vows, great vows. Hmm? Great vows. We have to check it again. Yes. Thank you. How can we know? You that is very good. How do we know there are many arahants in Sri Lanka? How can we know if someone has attained arahantship? That is the big problem for today in Sri Lanka. There are so many arahants in Sri Lanka. I don't know whether they have even the prime bishop. Sometimes they are according to their behavior. I saw very recently in YouTube one bhikkhuni, Sri Lankan bhikkhuni, announced that she also has become an arahant, and also she has mental power to do some magic also, but she's not doing that. She said, no, I am not going to do that. If I do, it is a lot of problems coming, so I am not doing that. I can do. So it is now Buddhism has become very low actually, low level in our country. Some people come to media and say, I have become Arahant, Buddha, and so many things. So I don't according to our Buddhism, actually one can understand he is Arahant or not. Others cannot decide his mind level. Only the Buddhas can decide uh, level of the spiritual level of the spiritual level of the mind. Even the Sariyut and Mugalang Arahant, they also cannot see others level of the defilements. Only the Buddha can do. But according to the text, if I am Arahant, I can understand I am an Arahant. But at the same time, some people misunderstand that they have no they are Arahants. Very simple way we can check it. You see, look at the person whether he's look like Arahant or not. Arahant or not. He should be a calm and quiet person. Arahant should be a very calm and quiet person. If he's not, basically, if you don't feel that he's not he's Arahant or not, you can decide it. There is a one way in our, it is not the Buddhist text, but in our tradition, we have one way to check it. While so-called Arahantos having bath in the water tank. In our villages, we have water tank, no very big water tank, natural water tank. So one should go into the water and go go near him to the water without knowing him and pull his leg like a crocodile or other serpent came inside the water and pull his leg. If he become frightened, he is not arahant. That is a very simple way I heard in our countries, because it means that arahant has no attachment to one's own life. If he has love to life, he get frightened. Maybe you can use the pistol, or you can put the snake while Arahant was preaching. You can throw the snake or something like that. If he get frightened, no, he's not Arahant. But that kind of way is not 100% accurate. But this is a very simple way we can check. Uh, hmm, Actually, today so-called arahant for the advertisement, medias. They want to say I am arahant to get the people's attraction. But when we see them and when we see their behavior, how they talk, how they behave, what are the words they use, we can't think even they have very low level spiritual development. That is the unfortunate situation in our country. Thank you. As a lay follower, if we engage in enjoying music, watching movie, dancing, mind, think of practice, the Dhamma will not be hindrance to the progress in Dhamma life. Can the mind, which engage in worldly pleasures, understand the transient nature of the world? No, it's not correct. You should have level actually in your life. As a child, you should have your child life. As a youth, you should have your youth life. Elders, and also you should have lay life, very good life. Dhamma is also you have to practice. So music, what kind of music you mean? If your music increase your desires, that is not good. But without how to say it, enjoy. How can you practice? How can you listen to the music is another question. I mean that you should have a limit actually. Addiction is the problem. I told you in Singalowada Sutta, Parabhava, all these suttas never said that to give up these sensual pleasures. Totally give up. No. People who are having very good life, luxurious life, came in front of the Buddha and demand to preach Dhamma according suit for us. We have sensual pleasures. You know that Vyagapajya Sutta, very famous one, Singalowado, Grahapati Singala. That lay Singala is a very multimillionaire. And Vyagapajya also, that gentleman was a very multimillionaire. He says, I am having wife, sons and daughters. I am wearing very rich, very expensive clothes, and I have very sensual pleasures. I don't want to listen, Venerable Sir, you are giving up doctrine related to giving up everything, renouncing everything. Please preach Dhamma, suit for me. Then the Buddha said, okay, you enjoy all these things, but keep the control. Keep the control. So for the lay people, Buddhism is not against enjoying consumption of kind of material things or using material pleasures things, but there should be a limit. Now, if you go limit, you will be in big trouble. So within limitation, you can do it, but at the same time, you have to think about the righteous way. The righteous way is not zero to do anything like Buddhist monk. Righteous way is middle path. Middle path. You can do everything, the middle path. Don't edit anything too much. Even the music, going to the clubs, going to the disco and karaoke, all these things, as a young person, uh, I don't know if you can stop all these things better, because wasting your money. And but if you think it is needed, your society, but with the limitation, is very important word. So read the Singalova, the Sutta and the Parabhava Sutta, and also the Vyaggapadja Sutta. You see the limitation is very important. Don't go beyond that. Don't go beyond your limitation. It's not my limitation. That is the, then gradually you can improve your level. When you become an old, you can stop. You can stop zero. You can come to zero level. But as a young, as a children, youth, and as a child, you have to have all these sensual pleasures to enjoy. Otherwise, your life is useless. Thank you. Do we opposite lay life commitments over Dhamma practice? Do we try to balance between commitments, sensual pleasures, and Dhamma practice? Yes, yes, yes. Your comment, yes. You should have. Uh, I took as sleeping. No, if we want to sleep, we want to sleep, but we have to control. We should have commitment to control it. Otherwise, life nothing. Only you sleep your life. All the time you sleep. After 10 years, 20 years, nothing you have done. Life should have balance actually. You have to do everything within the limitation. But you should have enough knowledge. What thing I should do more? What I should do less? That is the knowledge. Listening to the Dhamma and the value of the life. Your target. What if I do these things too much? What happened? My future. Everybody knows, no? Everybody knows if you every time sleep or every time you go to bad places and associate with the bad evil friends, you lost your wealth, health, prosperity, everything is going to be deprived from you. So if you had to associate such a bad friends, you should be wise, not to fall into their hand. Even your society, you have to work with them, but you should have control. Maybe sometimes your friend every night call you and come and we have to drink today. Maybe every Saturdays, every Fridays. You should have control, no? After 1 year, you need every day then drinking. Uh, that is the commitment to control sensual pleasures. Otherwise, you will fall into trouble, deprive you all the good things without very blindly. You are going to lose your life. Like Mahadana, Situ, multi-millionaire. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Bhante. I think that's all the questions we have today. We have deviated a little bit from the topic, but I think we also appreciated the fact that you have advised us accordingly to the Buddhist text. I really appreciated the fact how to test to see how one is an arahant by pulling his leg. I think that's quite interesting. I found that quite amusing as well. So we have come to the end of this evening's Dhamma sharing. Bhante, can we now proceed to do the Anumodana to the dearly departed,
Yes.
as well as the transference to the Devas?
Yes. Okay, now the time for the transference merit for the Devas who we invited to participate for these sermons. So we have to say that Akasattha Chummatta Devanaga Mahindika Punyantang Anumoditva Chirang Rakkantu Sasanang Chirang Rakkantu Desanang Chirang Rakkantu Mang Paranti. It means that we transfer merit to the Devas. The Devas should be happy and improve their divine pleasures in the divine places, heavens, and that good devas should protect us, protect our Dhamma, protect us, and protect others. So the next we transfer our merits to our departed relatives, those who are willing to get merit from us. So those such if there are such departed relatives, may they have this meritorious power of these merits, and may they improve their happiness in their life, and finally may they attain heaven and finally nibbana. So we can say that idamme nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo, idamme nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo, idamme nyati nang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Finally, with the power of these meritorious deeds, all of us may have a very good life in this lifetime, and next life may we have chance to born in heaven. Finally, this meritorious deed would cause for to attain the nibbana. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bhante, for this excellent sharing this evening on the Aditthana, or the cultivation or determination according to the Paramitas. We have another 2 Paramitas to go before we end the series. Before we end, we'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of all the monks at the Buddhist Mahavihara and also the Committee of Management of the Buddhist Mahavihara to thank Bhante, Professor Dr. Dhammajothi, for taking time off from his busy university schedule. He's a very busy man. I've been trying to get him quite a few times. Finally managed to get him. Thank you, Bhante, for joining us this evening, and hope we can do another session with you. This time probably in Mandarin. Hopefully in Mandarin. Yeah. So also to the sponsors this evening, we had a few sponsors. Thank you so much for your sponsorship. I'd like to make a special mention to Mr. Yip Jian Lee and Dr. Sarath Seneviratne for sponsoring all 9 Dhamma talks this month in July. Thank you for your kind donation. And so with that, we'll end this evening and have a pleasant evening, one and all. Sadhu.